What are you doing? You just can't keep your tongue to yourself, can you? You just can't keep it to yourself, can you? You were under the bed, you were behaving yourself. As soon as I started looking at my text messages, all of a sudden I just get an attack. Explain yourself. Absolutely impossible to sleep. Impossible. Look where he lays. My pillow. My pillow. This is his way of getting me up, even though he doesn't realize that it rained all night long, so when we go outside, it's just going to be wet, and he's going to walk all slow anyway, because he doesn't like to walk in the rain. It rained! It rained! Ja! While you were sleeping, it rained all night long, so it's going to be wet when we go outside. And you're trying to get me up so I can go out walking around in the rain? Get out of here!
Well, the coffee's ready. It's time to officially wake myself up here. Also, I found this old Grand Ole Opry Zippo I bought off eBay a long time ago. On my Patreon, I know I have one of them is like, I'll send you something strange from my apartment, something that is cool to me or whatever. This is the kind of thing I'll probably end up sending you. Like, I have all kinds of weird rarities of like belt buckles and oddities that I found just over my travels and over my different phases of my life, and I pulled this out of one of my drawers and I was like, oh yeah, I totally forgot I had that, but that's totally the kind of thing I would send somebody. Well, good morning, my friends. I've been trying to think all morning while I was having my coffee what I want to do today. And what I decided I was going to do is I was going to go to Westwood Cemetery. And then I plugged my phone in to charge, went out and took Jaw for a walk, and it's all these super dark clouds. And the problem with that is that Westwood Cemetery is not one that I can just go and hang out for 15 minutes and leave. Last time I was there, I was looking around for like 2.5, almost 3 hours for all the people that I wanted to see. So I don't think it's a good idea that I do that today, but I've been wanting to go to Franklin Canyon for a very long time because there's a handful of things that were filmed out there that I love, and I figured, well, I kind of have it pinpointed where I'm actually headed to, so I might as well go do it before it starts raining. It looks like I have like a good hour or 2 hours before it's going to start raining. So I'm going to hop in the car and I'm going to drive out and I'm going to show you some pretty awesome stuff. I'm not going to hit everything. I'm actually only going to do very little because I want to go back out there over the next like week or two, and I'm going to hit the other places that I've been excited to show you guys. But I think this is kind of not so far off the beaten path, so it won't be too muddy, it won't be too dirty, and I can probably get it done before it starts raining. I hope you guys enjoy this. This is like, I'm super excited to see this, even though, well, you'll see when we get there, you'll see. But I can't show you guys as much driving anymore. California passed a new law starting January 1st that you can't use your phone for anything with your hands. So you can't even use it for GPS, no photos, no nothing. Most of that was pretty much the case before, but now they've really made it serious. So you're going to see less and less of me driving places, unless it's super secluded or, you know, there's a specific circumstance why I need to. So I just wanted to let you know, like, if you see me jump from one place to the next, that's why. I don't really want to get an expensive ticket. Also, in May is John Wayne's birthday. And what I'm thinking of doing, it costs $40, but if anybody'd like to go with me, probably be a fun time. It's John Wayne lived on a retired naval cruiser for like 20 years of his life. And during like the 2 weeks near his birthday, just about every night they're doing something that's $40. You can go in, it's like free hors d'oeuvres, drinks, and they'll give you a tour of the whole ship. The captain that captained it while John Wayne lived there is going to be there, and I just think it'd be something super cool to show on the vlog. So it's the Wild Goose. If you want to look up anything about John Wayne's boat, the Wild Goose, it's got a pretty crazy history even before he owned it. So I'm kind of thinking of doing that. It's going to be $40 a person. If anybody in Los Angeles would like to go, it's in Newport Beach. I forget, I think it's Harbor Cruiseways or something, but if you're interested, send me an email, let me know, and we can figure something out, because I'd really like to do it. It's just, I know $40 for one night of a thing is kind of expensive, But just so you know, when you donate to Patreon, that's the kind of stuff that goes to. When I was at the Valley Relics Museum, I donated $10 there, and I bought a shirt because they had like a box where he was like, you know, I make the shirts, so if you buy a shirt, it's the same as donating here. So I try and donate, or I try and spend just a little bit if it's something that's a good cause, and this is just one of those things. So when you donate to Patreon, know that that's the kind of stuff that it goes towards, and I appreciate everybody that does. So I'm going to hop in the car and take off to Franklin Canyon Park. And just so you guys don't think I was fudging you, there's actually my, this was my homework. This was my list of all the people that I was going to be looking for. There's a ton of people buried in this cemetery. Maybe this is actually probably one of the best, if not the best cemetery to go to for celebrity graves and everything, but I had narrowed it down to like just a third of all the ones I would want to see, and so I probably wouldn't have even got to see all these unless they were kind of close together. But this was the homework, just to show you. I actually had titled it number 1 because I plan on going back and doing like 3 or 4 different vlogs at this place, because I was going to do it in sections, and then I was like, oh no, I don't want to do it in sections, because no matter who I do, what section I do, somebody's going to say, you know, so-and-so is buried there, why didn't you do them? Because I don't have time, I can't hit everybody at once. And between me and you, a lot of the cemeteries really don't want you to film stuff there. I don't know if it's against the law, or against their rules, but at Hollywood Forever, somebody, you know, one of the security guards came up and told me you couldn't, so I don't know if he was just trying to get me out of there, or what, but I try and, you know, not be too conspicuous about it. Alright guys, I had to pull off and show you this. I was driving up Mulholland Drive, and I looked up and I saw something really eye-popping. And I looked for the nearest turnoff. If you want to come find it yourself, it's the Barbara Fine Park, the Barbara A. Fine Outlook at the summit. And look for this sign, and go out and make a left and start walking, and then look up, and I'm going to show you what I saw. It's unbelievable. You also want to be looking for that. Whatever that big circular thing is up there on top of that, you're going to want to be looking for that. But you're actually going to be coming from the opposite direction. You're going to be coming from east to west, and as you're driving east to west on Mulholland, look up. I think maybe Tiger Woods was out here walking around. Okay, so if you're driving up Laurel Canyon to get here, and you make a right on Mulholland, you're going to look for that. That'll be kind of your signifier. And then as you're driving, you're going to want to look up, because look at this. It's the original Disneyland D. I saw that as I was driving, and I had to pull off. Plus, in a weird coincidence, I was having a massive panic attack driving up here. I don't know why. But there's the D. That sure as heck is the Disneyland D, isn't it, guys? And here's a shot of Studio City to Van Nuys from where I'm stopped. Alright, Lionhearts. You're looking at a parking lot right now. But boy, if this parking lot could talk, the stories it would tell. Because let me show you a little bit about what is really interesting and amazing about this park. We're in Franklin Canyon Park today, and I started doing some digging around, and when I found the things that were located here, I almost couldn't believe it. Now, if you look right here where these cars are parked, okay, right there is where the shack from the pilot episode of the Beverly Hillbillies was located.
The Hillbillies.
When Jed Strikes Oil, they actually had that shack right there where those cars are. I guarantee you those people don't even know they're parked in Granny's little shack. And then in that same pilot episode, we're gonna walk up here, because you see where this cement barrier is? There's like there's a little like kind of cement blockade, and then behind it there's a pathway. Okay, in that pilot episode, that's where that car comes flying down through to go to the Clampett's house when Jed strikes oil. Black Gold, Texas tea.
Jethro, stop this thing!
Isn't that something? And I will see if I can find the clip of that to show you. But that little that concrete barrier and stuff obviously wasn't there. It was actually a dirt trail, and you would have seen his car just come flying down through here, and then right down into the old Clampett homestead. Now, what else is interesting about this is that if you turn around right here, right where that fence post is, and right where that mound is, okay, right back in here is the ranger station. That's kind of how I matched it up. But right here is where In No Time for Sergeant Andy Griffith's house was.
Y'all stay right here. If I call, come a-running.
And you would have seen all the nonsense and everything out here, going up that hill and covering it up and everything. But right here, yep, if I can get a clip of that, I'll put that in there too and let you see where old Andy was walking around.
No way to welcome folks. Maybe it's key. Ain't this my whole life? It's stuck up all over here and everything.
Pretty interesting, huh? And let's walk by Granny Clampett's homestead again, because I know everybody in my family loved that show, and I always just assumed, you know, that was another one of those things where I was like, oh, it was obviously done on a lot somewhere. Probably what I actually thought it was remember when I went out to the 40-acre lot where they had the town of Mayberry for all the exterior shots? Across that little ravine, they had like Tarzan's lagoon and everything over there, and they said that they filmed a lot of the Andy Griffith fishing scenes there. I assumed that's where it was, but it wasn't. They didn't start doing that till later in the series. Well, we're back in the neighborhood, and it still doesn't look like, I mean, it looks clearer now than when we left. I see a few dark clouds, and I even looked on my phone for the weather forecast, and it says it's gonna rain. I feel like I've been duped. I feel like I could have went to Westwood, but I think that's a pretty cool vlog anyway. See, the thing is, guys, I actually wanted to do the Beverly Hillbillies mansion. And I know I told you guys on the Armed and Dangerous vlog that I had already looked it up. I looked it up around Christmas time. I wanted to go. And I started looking at it on Google Maps and Google Earth and all that stuff, and I realized, yeah, where the original entrance was that you see the hillbillies drive into, and in every movie it's been used in, that entrance is gone. They got rid of it and built a big like 12-foot shrubbery wall, and you can't see anything of the mansion anymore. So that's that. This is as close to the Beverly Hillbilly mansion you're gonna get. Well, I'm walking to the grocery and I forgot my sunglasses, so I just dipped in my car and grabbed my road pair. But somebody actually commented on my YouTube that they wanted me to have like some sort of sign off, and so that they'd know when the vlog was over. Two things about that. One, even when I created music, a lot of the times I like the songs to end abruptly. I feel like it makes people want more, and sometimes it just feels right to end abruptly. Two, I don't want to be cliche. I say vlogs over sometimes, and that's more like an homage to Adam the Woo, but I don't want to be, I'm afraid that I don't want people to like start accusing me of ripping him off. But you know, it was funny that you mentioned that, because originally what I was going to say when I very first started the vlogs, and I was going to end the episodes just like the A-Team used to end. How Hannibal would always say, I love it when a plan comes together. And I was always going to end the vlogs by saying it, I love it when a plan comes together. I don't know, maybe I will. Guess you'll have to wait till the end of the episode to find out, right? When I opened my bank account, the person opening the account tried to tell me that Guns N' Roses used to practice in there. I don't know how they knew. That was just what they told me. Yeah, no rain today. None. Not yet, anyway. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. helicopters. Okay, now that actually looks like it could turn into rain. I'm just kind of hoping for it now because I don't have to go anywhere else, and I will feel like a total sucker if I talk myself out of going to the cemetery today when I could have. Well, it took till 9:30 at night to finally start raining, and now it's pouring like a dang monsoon out here. Man, I totally was made a sucker today. God. Alright guys, I'm going to call it a night, and I have a really fun trip planned tomorrow. I'm not going to tell you what it is, I'm not even going to tease you with what it is. I'm just telling you that it was easy to decide what I was going to do tomorrow because since they're having protests downtown, I knew I wasn't going to be there. I was not going to be anywhere where there's a lot of people. I'm kind of claustrophobic when it comes to a lot of people. I don't know if I've ever told you guys that, but yeah, I already have it planned. It's going to be a fun trip. And a couple of people have reached out about wanting to hang out, like wanting to meet up, wanting to go on adventures with me. I'm totally up for that. So those of you guys that have hit me up, yeah, I'm down. We'll figure something out. And I hope you guys have a great day, a great night. Be safe tomorrow. I guess you guys will be watching this the day of the inauguration. It's going to be a crazy day. I can already tell just by what I'm seeing all over Facebook. I might not be on Facebook just because I really just, honestly guys, I don't believe in politics anymore. I don't believe anybody's telling the truth about anything anymore. So, but I really don't like hypocrisy. So when I see people getting into arguments on Facebook and stuff, there's a part of me that when I see their flaw in their logic that makes me want to point out the flaw. So I just have to stay off because in the end, I don't buy any of it. So don't let that affect your lives. I know it won't. And have a great night, guys. I'll see you tomorrow. From Hollywood, California, good night.